Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report on Channels Television, a program which follows up on those photos and videos you usually send to our portal. Please keep them coming. Today on the program, one person dies, two others escape by the whiskers when Biase-Calabar Express Road eventually caved in. Enugu State Government begins the rehabilitation of the New Haven Road, renovation to take 3 weeks. And residents of Buena Vista Estate, Lekki, lament the rechanneling of a river outside their estate, and now they're calling on the Lagos State Government to come to the raid. Now, these and more on Eyewitness Report. I'm Chris Elems. Residents of Buena Vista Estate at Lafiaji, Lekki in Lagos are calling on the Lagos State Government to stop the rechanneling of the water course of the river outside their estate. The residents who are accusing Mega Bound of the project express worry over the imminent danger if the activities ongoing there are not checked.
This is Buena Vista Estate at Lafiaji, Lekki area of Lagos State. Between it and this other estate, Lekki County, flows this river, said to have existed for over 300 years. This river, according to residents of Buena Vista, provides them with scenic splendor, an outlet of all water routes not just for it, but for other neighboring estates, and even as a source of living for fishermen. Aside from the river, residents also love to see palm trees, but unfortunately, this is the only one left standing. The others have given way to the claws of the swamp buggy.
We woke up one morning and noticed that there was a swamp buggy bringing down trees, palm trees which have been acting as barriers from flood, holding the soil tight, So we tried to stop them, to ask or at least inquire what's going on, but nobody responded to us, which also later on led to some conflicts, which police were involved as well. And we do not want this to reoccur. So this, I believe, in my own opinion, that this is land grabbing, that is just trying to grab the land on that axis, filling their end where the water naturally flows through and opening a path on our end. And this part that they're opening here, from what I've noticed, is about 5 meters wide, the width. And from what we learned from the government, that what is supposed to be here is about 15 meters deep. The volume of water flowing through, I don't think, in my opinion, that that would be able to hold the volume of water coming from both ends, and that could also lead to erosion, and from what is happening now, even if this is stopped and everything has been put into position, back into position, the soil is already loosed. We need to know if there's an EIA on this, and if peradventure there's a flood, who do we hold responsible for all of this?
Principal among their concerns is that the water is rechanneled, and this portends danger for them.
This is a natural water body, and that part you see over there is the natural water part. One morning we all woke up in the estate to notice that there was a swamp buggy working here, and we realized that what they were actually doing was rediverting the water part, bringing it not only closer to the estate, but they also intend to close that other part, the natural part, and redivert it to this point. There was no due consultation done with the estate. We didn't get any government approvals for the work. We didn't see an EIA study for the work. Literally just people working and no information whatsoever. So based on our last experience from the rainfall that happened, that we came literally this close to the estate being flooded, because as at the last rainfall, this water body you see here was an even plane of water running into the estate. And this point here you see is the natural collection point for water for this estate across and all the other estates on this side of the road. And since that rainfall till date, changes have been made. The other estates on the other side of the road have created channels, taking drainage of water from their estates all the way down here. So we are expecting that more water is going to come in here with the next rainfall. And if there is no proper study done on this dredging activity going on here, this estate is going to end up being flooded, and that's without a doubt.
We just found out about a month ago that some people, developers, are trying to move the canal. I mean, that to shift the course of the river close to our estate. And we've done everything to see how we can stop this without any, I mean, you can see them, they continue to work unabated. We have contacted Lagos State Environmental Department. They've been here. We've written to the governor. We've tried to meet them. We met developer, but they continue to do what they're doing. We have written to the governor. We have contacted the Ministry of Environment, and they have visited. They have visited. We have tried to meet the developer who are supposed to be developing the next estate. We've talked to them, and then we continue to engage them peacefully as much as we could. And since they continue to work here, which means all our efforts have not yielded a positive result that we think. I mean, nobody knows the environmental impact assessment to tell us this is okay. Nobody is talking to us to tell us this is exactly what they want to do, why they are doing it, who has approved this. Nobody is talking to us. They just continue to work, I mean, with impunity.
As long as the swamp buggy still works, to them, those efforts don't seem to be yielding as much fruit as they desire.
Upon the authority of the executive of the estate, I wrote a letter to the governor, and he responded saying that he would have the Ministry of Environment come to look into it. The Ministry of Environment people came here, they saw what was going on here, and they agreed with us that this is actually a problem. But since the last time they came, we have not seen them. Now, we're at the verge of instituting a legal action against the developers of this estate. But what we're bothered about currently is that, okay, let's try at least to explore all administrative remedies that is available to us. We've spoken to the governor. We would recontact the governor again and see whether we can have an immediate resolution to this thing, because all our efforts so far there's been no response to our efforts. Because these people still continue to work here. You can see this one bogey working. I know, not that we're relenting on our effort, but we're peace-loving people. We do not want to result into conflict. That's the reason why we're taking the route that we're taking. At least let the world know. Let Lagosians know. Lagos is not a place where you can come with your whims and caprices and deprecate. If we look at what is going on here, the natural course of the water has been deprecated, and we don't want that to continue. Now, because it will impact negatively on our estate, we don't want flooding.
To get the other side to the story, our crew visited Mega Mound, the company accused of rechanneling the water path. They debunked the claim, but refused to speak to us on camera. We made efforts to speak to them at the Lagos Ministries of Environment and Waterfront Infrastructure Development. We are hopeful that they will respond in coming days. While the appeal and the response last, one thing residents of Buena Vista Estate ask for is that everyone concerned in this work going on here does something before their lives are endangered when the rains come again.